So I am reminded of the power of metrics every time that I look at my podcast app that I'm using right now. And it doesn't update on a regular basis, right? So it will, every once in a while, it'll update and show how many, people are listening to this and all of that sort of metrics and all of that kind of stuff. But in the meantime, it'll sit there and it'll actually decrease over time, right? Like things will look like there's nobody watching, the numbers disappear, and it looks like it is like futile for me to be doing the thing that I'm doing. Like it's just, there's nobody that's paying attention, and I'm just kind of like speaking out into the abyss, right? Which is kind of what I do anyways. But it is striking to me. It is striking to me just how much of an effect it has on oneself, or how you feel about yourself and what you're doing when metrics are showing in a certain way. Right, so if it's showing in a positive way, everything seems like hunky-dory and I'm doing the right thing, and it makes you feel like, oh, this is okay. But then in the negative direction, it feels like you are complete failure with what you are doing. And I need to sort of remind people that metrics are a really, really powerful thing, and we should be careful and what we do with them and how we interpret them, because of how you actually feel in response to those metrics that you are sort of comparing yourself with or that you're looking at. And we also need to remember that those metrics, as in the case of the app that I use, so I use the Anchor app, it doesn't update on a regular basis, right? So it'll be a month will go by and it'll look like I'm a complete disaster and what am I doing, and there's like nobody paying attention to this thing. I need to remind everybody that metrics are often not displaying what is truly going on, and they do typically a really poor job of it. Even we spend, so as an academic, I'm a business professor, right? I study business, I teach research methods, I spend a great deal of time trying to figure out how to measure something very well. And then think about, like, how do you measure this? What does this metric actually mean? And we spend a huge amount of time going through this and thinking about it. And even with spending all of that time and effort to think about what this stuff actually means, it is often wrong. Just point blank wrong, or we get things kind of close, but not really. We need to remember that whenever you're comparing yourself to somebody or something, it's not telling the true story about what is really going on. You need to remember that all of those metrics, whatever you see, especially dealing with humans, is gamed. It's absolutely gamed. And they are displaying one thing, and there's something else that is really going on as another thing in the background. And you really need to compare, and you really need to stop and think about what all of this kind of stuff means. And you need to calibrate why you're doing something. To be honest, a good moment of doing something or getting into something is when you just kind of like stop, and you stop comparing, and you just kind of get into kind of a grind state, just grinding away. And that's a good moment. That's good things, because you're not really comparing with anything other than yourself, and you're just grinding, and you're just pushing one step ahead of the next step. And you're forgetting about all of the other nonsense that goes on. And I think that's a really good state to be in, is to be like, I am just going to do this, and I'm just going to keep going. and you can try to sort of make yourself positive. That's hard to do often, but you could just keep doing those one step over the next one. And if you keep doing that over and over and over again, good things actually happen. So I just want you to remember that metrics, they are gamed, they're noisy, they are problematic, and don't base your decisions and how you feel over metrics. One day things will just change, and you need to know that how you do things is just by working at it continuously over and over and over again, and forgetting about the silly, stupid metrics that make everybody feel bad. It only works if it works. If everything is going in a certain direction and everything is hunky-dory positive, hey, it's great. But when it goes negative for whatever reason, for some stupid reasons typically, hey, that's going to mess with your mind and it's not going to be good for you. So stop paying attention to those metrics and start just kind of doing it just for yourself, either as being in the grind state or just being you. All right, take care and have a wonderful day.